Hey guys, hi Dimitri. Someone requested that I show everyone that Winston was still alive, so he's not cooperating. But here he is. Before we get started, he does want to jump down though, so he's gonna leave now. Come on. Ooh, okay. So, hi Madison. That was Winston, in case anyone was really missing him, because someone emailed me and was like, "Where's your dog?" Because I put him on all the thumbnails. Anyway, hi Carmelo. We are going to do the page 175 and 176 of the 6th grade packet, the informational text one. If you guys do have questions about, I know we have 2 7th graders in here right now. If you guys have questions about any of your packets or the grammar packet, let me know when I'm done going through these 2 pages, and hello, Mrs. England. And we will answer those after I get through these 2 pages. So I'm going to read the 4 paragraphs in page 175 and then go over the 10 questions with you guys. So here we go. One of the most beautiful of all marine animals is the Hawksbill Sea Turtle. It is named so because it has a pointy beak similar to that of a hawk. Hawksbill turtles are in trouble because they have been targeted by humans for many years. The turtle shells are known for their beauty and their hardness. These carapaces are used to make jewelry. The turtle meat is used to make turtle soup. Because the meat is such a rare find, the soup is a delicacy for many. Turtle eggs are also desired so that new turtles may be harvested. Another issue is the disappearance of healthy coral reefs. Hawksbill turtles feed on coral reefs. They pick at the algae and small organisms that live there. There are 2 things that can be done. First, countries must pass laws restricting the hunting of turtles, and second, a commitment to saving coral reefs will impact the sea turtle population in a positive way. These 2 actions can save the Hawksbill sea turtle. Okay, good, cool, I see David. So that is just the quick 4 paragraphs on page 175. I know Mrs. Jingling is watching, so she does not count as a student. So there should be 6 of you, because it says I have 7 people watching, and I've only heard from 4 of you. So if you are the 2 other people, let me know you're here so I can give you credit for being here. But we are going to get started on, sorry, I'm writing something down and it's shaking. Hi, Mr. Nelson. It was shaking my whole desk. Anyway, we are going to get started on the questions. So number 1, the word delicacy in paragraph 2 means something that is fragile, a rare or special food, anything made of glass, or any liquid food. So if you look in the middle closer to the end, oh, Trevor, hi Trevor, of paragraph 2, that is where you'll find the answer for this one. It says, because the meat is such a rare find, the soup is a delicacy for many. There is a word in the first half of that sentence that goes along with one of the answers. That's what I'm going to help you with on that one. A synonym for carapace is beak, soup, shell, or egg. Remember, a synonym is a word that has the same or similar meaning. So if we go back to, that is also in the middle of paragraph 2. It talks about you need to use your context clues and use the surrounding sentences. It says the turtle shells are known for their beauty and their hardness. These carapaces are used to make jewelry. So again, look at the sentence before they use the carapace vocabulary word, and that'll help you figure out the answer for number 2. Moving on to the backside. If you guys think I'm going too fast, let me know. This is really short. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Number 3, in the sentence, a commitment to saving coral reefs will impact the sea turtle population in a positive way. The context clue to the meaning of impact is coral reefs, turtle population in a positive way, or commitment to. So again, the sentence is, a commitment to saving coral reefs will impact the sea turtle population in a positive way. So coral reefs, we don't really talk about the impact that it has on the coral reefs. It's specifically a commitment to saving coral reefs will impact something else. So I wouldn't pick coral reefs for that one. Turtle population. The turtle population is the thing that will be impacted. So I wouldn't necessarily pick turtle population because it doesn't give you the definition of impact. In a positive way, I believe that in a positive way works because that tells how the sea turtles will be impacted. Are you positively or negatively impacting something? And then commitment to, commitment and impact have two different meanings, so I wouldn't really go that route either. So hopefully that helps you with number 3. Number 4, the overall text structure of the text is chronological, comparison, cause and effect, or problem solution. So chronological is when it goes in the order of the events that take place. So that would be, I think the example I gave a couple of weeks ago when we went over this was, in the morning, I wake up at 7. At 7:30, I take a shower. At 7:45, I get dressed and go eat breakfast. That would be chronological order because you're going in the order of time. It doesn't always have to be in the same hour. It can be, I was born in 1997. I started elementary school in 2003. I don't know, actually like 5 when you start elementary school, or at least kindergarten. Okay, good, Dimitri. Dimitri, you can stick around if you want. It's up to you. But that would be like chronological. It can happen over many years or just a short, brief period of time. Comparison would be going between two different things. So if I were writing an essay about dogs and cats, I might say, well, Winston barks and it can be really annoying sometimes. However, cats don't meow as often. That would kind of be the comparison. And then in my next paragraph, I would be like, cats aren't great though because they go to the bathroom inside your house. However, dogs go in the yard. So that would be kind of a comparison between the two because you're going back and forth consistently. So cause and effect, that's kind of when you are given a problem. So if I say, I didn't clean up any of the dog mess in my backyard before it snowed, and now it snowed or now the snow has melted and there's dog doo-doo everywhere, that would be cause and effect. Problem solution is when you are given a problem. So I could say something like maybe Winston swallowed part of his bone. The solution would be to go to the vet and get him looked at to make sure that he is okay. So using the definitions I just gave you, that was a really long explanation. So chronological, time order, comparison, going back and forth between two things, cause and effect, giving the problem and the actions or effects of those problems, and then problem solution, when you're given the problem and then ways to fix it. Which one do you think is the overall text structure of this text? I personally, you guys have really only looked at cause and effect and problem solution, so I would look at those two for answer for number 4. Okay, number 5. Underline the context clue or clues for the meaning of the word desired. I almost gave my answer away. Underline the context clue or clues for the meaning of the word desired. Let me go back in the text and find that. Okay, so that is the last sentence in paragraph 2. Turtle eggs are also desired so that new turtles may be harvested. So what you're going to do is you're going to underline the context clue or clues for the meaning of the word desire. So I was able to pull the sentence I used to help me understand what desired meant from the sentence I told you guys to look at the end of paragraph 2. However, if you guys, like I said before, sometimes you need to use the sentence before, the sentence after. Your answers will differ for this one. Just a heads up though, like to find your definition for the word desired, you should be highlighting something in paragraph 4. Like that has nothing to do with the paragraph 2 or the word desired. Number 6, circle the phrase that help you figure out the overall structure of the text. So we have talked about transition words previously when you guys were reading, I don't remember the name of the short story off the top of my head, but we were reading one about the man taking a shortcut through the graveyard, but he was terrified and ended up dying. That sounds really terrible. Anyway, so if you guys you're trying to look at the text structure. So a lot of what I like to look at, again, is the transition words, because it kind of sets up the flow of things for you. So think about, paragraph number 2 doesn't really have a solid transition, but think about what happens to animals that are being harvested for like their beaks or their shells or their tusks, anything like that. Like, do you think those animals are living a safe life? There is a transition in paragraph 3, and then there is a transition in paragraph 4. To get my answer for number 6, again, I used those transitions to help me figure it out. So you can use those. If you still don't get it after you look at the transitions, let me know and I'll help you. Number 7, in what way is the word delicacy more of an academic word than a domain-specific word? Explain your answer. So remember, the domain-specific words are words like biome. I would use that word in a science class, but I would probably never use that word in English class or just everyday conversation. Trying to think of like math words. I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Science words, I guess, just come to me the easiest. But that is a way to remember a domain-specific word. So think about, like, if we're talking about biomes in Mr. Sirianni's class, you're not going to go to math class with Miss Holden and Mr. Fitzpatrick and keep talking about biomes. That normally stays in the science room. And then academic words are words that do not necessarily fit into a certain subject, but they're words that are used more in academic, like education stuff, and not used in everyday vocabulary. So using those definitions I gave you, I looked at the definitions and chose between that way, whether delicacy is something that I feel like I use a lot in a certain class, because I don't feel like I ever use that in any of the classes I took, or if it's something that I know the definition of and I've heard it before, but it's not necessarily a word that I use in my vocabulary every day. That's pretty much how I answered that one. You do have to defend it though, so you should have 2 sentences at least for number 7. Number 8, what is the author's point of view regarding the Hawksbill turtle? So again, what is the author trying to persuade you to do? What do they want you to do? I like to, again, go through and do like a quick read of the 4 paragraphs again. That's what helped me answer this. And specifically look at the text structure too, because you answered that in question 4. Because the text structure will help you realize what you are being asked to do as well. That one I do think, once you guys get started, is a pretty easy one. Number 9, how is the point of view represented in an endangered turtle similar to the point of view in saving marine animals? Cite specifics in your answer. They only gave you 2 lines for this answer and not a bunch of room like anywhere else on the page to answer it. So if you guys are struggling to like write down a complete sentence to cite it, that's fine. You don't have to give me like word for word citation from the text. But I do kind of need at least like a summary of the text or summary of the paragraph you're choosing to focus on. But saving marine animals is the, trying to find where it is in your packet. So saving marine animals is page 162 through 165. That is that essay that is in your packet as well. If you guys need to go ahead and reread that, I'm not going to do that for you now on our live session. If you absolutely need me to, I will. So speak up if you need me to. I'm not going to read the whole 5 pages though again, or 3. There's 3 pages. I don't know. Anyway, so how is the point of view represented in an endangered turtle, similar to the point of view in saving marine animals? I like to break this question down in parts. So like part 1, what is the point of view of an endangered turtle? You have to identify the point of view in that one first. Second, what is the point of view in saving marine animals? That's the second part to this question. And then the third part is, how are they similar? And then the fourth part to it is that you have to cite evidence to support your answer. One of the ways that I know that I am either right or wrong is if I think the authors have 2 completely different point of views and they're asking me to say how the point of views are similar. What is the shoebox diagram for reading what book is assigned? I don't know what the shoebox diagram is, Trevor. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. But anyway, so this is a 4-part question. But if you do think the authors have 2 completely different point of views, you're probably not on the right track. So if you do feel that way, either go to the chat box, email me, comment on this video, whatever, and I'll help you get to the point where you can see the author's point of views are similar. I'm not going to tell you the point of view. I do think the point of view of the second article, Saving Marine Animals, is pretty obvious because it's in the title. But then you need to cite specifics in your answer. I did, for my answer, talk about the title of the Saving Marine Animals. And then for the turtle ones, I talked about, I mostly focused on paragraph 4 of the little section that they have on the front page or on page 175. Number 10. Compare the overall text structure of an endangered turtle to that of Saving Earth's Drylands. So Saving Earth's Drylands, I think, was one of the first ones you guys read. Maybe the second one. I'm trying to find it. Okay, Saving Earth's Drylands was pages 160 through 161. Oh, thank you, Dimitri. I didn't know what the shoebox thing was. Anyway, so Saving Earth's Dryland is on page 160, 161. There were videos, I think, posted of that too. So if you need to reference those again, go back and look at those, or just try to remember off the top of your head. It's only like a page and a half of reading. So I do recommend going back and reading it if you have no idea what it is about. But you are comparing the overall text structure of an endangered turtle. So this is another multi-step question, because first you have to identify the text structure of an endangered turtle. Then you have to identify the text structure of Saving Earth's Drylands. Another thing too is you guys should know the definition of compare, which we have gone over before. But the definition is to note the similarity or dissimilarity between 2 or more things. I found for compare, I feel like you're normally looking at similarities, and then for contrast, you're kind of focusing more on differences. Not all the time, so don't take that as the only thing you have learned from this. So again, you're looking more so at how they are similar with their text structure. Let's see. The text structure, if you already did the questions on 161, you answered questions about the text structure. So you already have identified the text structure for Saving Earth's Drylands. Again, you might not remember it, but you guys already did that if you have been keeping up with me in your packet or not jumping around in your packet. Hello, Winston. Anyway, so you already know your text structure for an endangered turtle because we answered that in number 4. Saving Earth's Dryland, you already identified the text structure in that one because, again, you answered the questions on 161, or you should have answered the questions on 161. So then you're going to cite evidence. That's part 3. So again, to cite evidence, they don't give you a ton of room, so you don't need to pull out like these big, ginormous quotes or anything. But you do need to at least make like a reference to a paragraph. Like you could say something like, paragraph 21 on page 160 talked about blah, blah, blah. This is why I think it is a blank text structure. If you guys need help with the text structures too, let me know. I know this isn't something we really went over before we left school and I've started doing school this way. So I know it can be a little confusing. Thankfully, the text structures are pretty straightforward with like their definitions. So you have that going for you. But if you do have questions, let me know. All I did for this though was I identified the text structure for both. And then I found one, I kind of summarized both articles and gave a 1-sentence blurb about how these are both the text structures that I chose. This one I think is pretty similar to question 9, and then you already answered part of it in question 4. But that is the end of the informational text packet. So if you guys have been keeping up with me, you should be done with it. If not, that's fine, you guys. Not that I'm saying you have to work over spring break. You guys do have spring break to work on. Do you see Winston's nose at the bottom? It just moved. You do have spring break to work on your stuff, and then you'll have the week after that to work on your stuff as well. So next week I won't be going live because it's spring break. However, I will still be checking my email probably once in the morning and then once in the evening. So if you guys have questions next week, feel free to email me. I might not get back to you as quickly, but I will still be checking my email. If you guys we have about like 7 minutes left. If you guys have any questions in this packet or your grammar packet, feel free to either go over to the chat box and ask, or you can email me when this video gets posted after I'm done like editing. You can comment on it. If you guys are struggling on a like specific page in that packet or this giant grammar packet, let me know and I can post a video like just for you if you guys have questions, because I found this Chrome extension called Cami where you guys who is after this, hold on, give me 1 second, Dimitri, and I can find out. I don't think there is anyone after. I don't think there's anything until 1 p.m., which is 6th grade social studies. And then, oh, sorry, I choked. And then I think Mrs. Yingling will be coming on at 4. I'm not sure. That's what is on the schedule. But if you want to come back around 1 o'clock, that's when Mr. Andrews, I think, goes live for 6th grade social studies. But I think you guys all have the same work. So if you're not in 6th grade, you can also just come watch Mr. Andrews. But that's not till 1. So keep that in mind. Like, you could hang out on YouTube for an hour and a half if you want. But that's up to you. But yeah, if you guys don't really have any questions, let's see. Your word for today, again, the word that you were supposed to email me or privately message me can be candle, because I have a candle burning right now. I'm not creative enough to think of a word that's not in front of me. The other thing too, I posted an announcement to the Google Classroom for just the 6th grade. So if you're not in 6th grade, you don't have to listen to this. But the message says, "Hi Tara, I will be going live at 11 a.m. this morning to go over the remaining pages in your informational text packet." We already did that. "In addition to this, I will be pushing back your 3 writing prompts to be due on April 17th. This does not mean you should wait to do them. So some of you have already turned all of them in. That's great. I really appreciate that. If you have not turned them in, like if you joined the Google Classroom just this week, I would still like you guys to do those 3 writing prompts. They are not time consuming at all. I tried to pick like fun ones. You guys wouldn't be bored out of your mind. But yeah, so that's pretty much my update on the writing prompts, but you guys have been doing really good about turning them in. Hello. Hi, Lena. But yeah, that was pretty much all I have for the 6th grade. Oh, good. I'm glad that you like the writing prompts. Again, I tried to make them a little more fun than the stuff we do in school. I've also been trying to, which I think we will do after spring break, I found these like activity cards that you guys have to find, like I think it's anywhere between 5 to 10 items in your house. So I was thinking of having you guys, I'll post the pictures to the Google Classroom of the list of things you have to find. Like it's something like you have to find something blue, you have to find something round. And then I was thinking of having you guys write a story about the items that you found and incorporating all the items into a story. So that sounds like a lot of work. I might try it myself before I have you guys do it because I don't know how easy it is. But a lot of you guys are much more creative than me, so it might be super easy for you. But Trevor, I'm glad that you like the writing prompts too. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys. Does anyone have any questions? Winston is also in the room, so if you have any questions for Winston, he could answer them. Chewing on his bone right now. It's kind of loud. I don't want to like dip out if you guys are typing. Who is all? Okay. First, I'm going to write down all your names, and if no one asks me or Winston any questions before I'm done writing all your names down, then I guess I will just go. Sorry, when I write, it shakes my entire desk. Okay, I think I have all of you. Bye, Dimitri. Lena, I woke up at like 7 this morning. So who I have for who was here today, if I missed you, let me know. I have Trevor, Dimitri, and David for the 6th graders, and then for the 7th graders that have randomly popped in, I have Madison, Carmelo, and Lena. If I missed you, please let me know so I can give you credit for being here. That's all I have for you guys, though. It's 11:29, so speak now or forever hold your peace. But that is all I have for you guys. Again, if I missed your name, please either go in the chat box really quick, email me, comment on this video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And don't forget to email me the little code word that I put somewhere in the video. But I hope you guys enjoy your spring break and you find some fun stuff to do. Winston and I will be back after spring break.